this is the first piece of gold I ever brought. That is the 1 gram from Royal Mint. I think in 2019 I brought that. I would have paid around, from memory serves me right, that's 48 quid. Well, we know now a gram of gold is probably 110. For 110 quid. I remember buying this and thinking, we're looking at the picture online, this is going to be huge. And then it came and it turned up like that. Yeah, probably the size of a SIM card. So then I thought, I need to go for the next size up because that will be huge. So I went for the 5 gram. I still was disappointed with the size. So then I went for the 10 gram. There wasn't a lot of difference. So then I thought, I want some bullion like you see on the TV. I want something substantial. So then I thought, right, look what I can get for my money with silver. You've got to pay VAT, but you can get a lot more for your money. So I think, again, 2019, this was the first piece of silver I ever brought. So that's my first piece of gold. That's my first piece of silver. I've never opened it, and I've never been tempted to cut it because I just want to keep it like that forever. So, again, I think I paid around 200 quid for that in 2019. Well, we're at that now. Close to 500 quid now. I think they're more than 500 quid now, the 10 ounces. So, the reason for my video, it was my birthday last week, and Mrs. was saying, I've got you some trainers, but I've got you some money. And I opened my cards and I had some money in my cards. It was about 150 quid. So I thought, right, I'm going to get a piece of gold. At first, I thought to myself, I'll get one of the quarter grams from tavex, just something cheap. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to get that, I might as well get the half gram, sorry, because they were a little bit cheaper on the tavex website. You know, obviously the bigger amounts you buy, the less of a premium you're paying, aren't you? So then I thought, I'll buy the half gram. Then I thought, I might as well just put a little bit more money to it and buy a full gram. And then I thought, do you know what? I've wanted a sovereign for ages. What if I just buy a sovereign? So I brought a sovereign. But then I thought, well, if I'm going to buy one sovereign, I might as well buy 2. So I went from wanting to buy a quarter gram of gold with my 150 quid birthday money. I know I'd have got a few of them for that, but I didn't want to spend it all on gold. To spending £1,500 on 2 sovereigns. But I'm not being brash. I'm not someone who can just afford to spend £1,500 on gold. But my thoughts were, well, I want a sovereign, and if I'm going to buy one, I might as well buy 2. My mum was thinking, when it's going up that much, what I will do is buy 2, and then I'll sell one when the price goes back up, and I'll pay a little bit off mine. But I've never actually sold anything other than what I've cut. So the things I cut, I buy to cut. But my own collection, I've never sold anything. It's very hard to sell things, isn't it? You know, I'm sure we all get that attachment where you just want to keep it. So, yeah, I've got these now. They're beautiful. Again, these are smaller than I thought. A sovereign, 750 quid nowadays. But they are really nice. And I've actually had them in my pocket all day because I just wanted to feel like I had them with me. And I've got them out at work today several times just to look at them. They are stunning. Oh, shit. So, yeah, that's my story. I've gone from wanting a quarter gram of gold to buying bloody 2 sovereigns. So, yeah. But I timed it nicely. I think last week the gold was up to about 3,400 an ounce. And then there was a day at the start of this week when it dropped down to 2,940. And that's when I went in and bought my 2 sovereigns. So it's already creeping back up. If it goes back up and I can part with one, it will pay a good chunk of the first one off. So, yeah, I've overspent a little bit. And I'm definitely not cutting them up. They're just for my private collection. So, yeah, just thought I'd give you a little video on a bit of my collection. There's a little bit more. I wished at times I wish I'd never got involved with buying silver. I'd have carried on buying these when I was first starting out. You know, I wish I'd have carried on with them. They're my first ever free purchase is a precious metal. And that's my first, so that's my 4th purchase, the first bit of silver. They're the first 4 things I ever brought. And I've still got them and I'll hold on to them. Well, possibly forever, or till I always say for a rainy day, but certainly for a long time until that day comes. I mean, do you all have an out? When is your out? I don't have an out. I just think buy and never think about selling unless it's, like I say, I do buy silver to cut and sell. That stuff. I sort of think of about that different in my mind. But the gold and silver I buy for my personal collection, I never have a vision or a date or an idea in my mind that might go. But there's going to be one day when I definitely want to enjoy it. But when that'll be, I don't know. But the time will be right one day. Who knows? I could get very ill and I might need it. And that's what I like about the precious metal. It's a safety blanket. If I ever need some money, it's not liquid enough that I can spend it and borrow it tomorrow for a holiday. But it is liquid that if I ever had an emergency, I could go and cash it in. So the amount of times my missus said to me, sell your gold. Sell your gold. We need to pay for that holiday. Just sell your gold. And I have resisted, and I will not sell my gold. So thanks for watching. Share your stories about your first pieces and what you know, have you ever overspent? Because I've just overspent, but I'll pay it off. I will pay it off. Like I said, I'll put my birthday money into it. That's a start. And I'll just keep chipping away at it because I've took the money out of my savings, so I've got to put it back. Thanks for watching.